Greetings, Apostle Obi here. In light of the current world events and the wars of attrition that is happening all around the world, but most especially so, the Europeans fighting themselves once again. We all know about the European wars that brought serious calamities to humanity globally. And now it seems as if the Europeans are back fighting their wars of attrition and trying desperately hard enough to drag global humanity into their quarrels. I just want to make one thing very, very clear. All 1.6 billion people in Africa, these global wars that the Europeans started in the past centuries, and today it seems as if the Europeans are at it again. Those were not our wars, and these current wars are still not our wars. Even the wars we are fighting in the continent of Africa, in places like Congo, in places like Cameroon, Nigeria, Sudan, Libya, Sahrawi, these wars are not wars that were created or manufactured by Africans themselves. So, moving forward, we should not be aligning ourselves with any party outside of Africa fighting their European wars, their Arab wars, or their Asian wars. What Africans need to be doing is consolidating themselves and building a strong, united front to defend themselves from external threat, from the perpetual external threat that has ravaged the African continent's economical potential. These wars are not wars that we Africans should be talking about or engage in. When your enemies are fighting, let them fight. Because all those wars, global wars that are happening outside of the continent, all those involved in those wars are enemies to African progress. So my advice to the new generation of Africans coming up that I see on social media, spending so many hours talking about these foreign European, Arab, Asian wars, focus more your energy on building a united front for the continent and creating a strong commonwealth for the 1.6 billion people in the continent. This is the time we have to move rapidly to consolidate that unity in the continent. So we should be able to defend ourselves after the enemies reconcile, our enemies globally reconcile and direct their arrow and weapons of war or machines of war to come again and invade our ancestral homelands for economic benefit. The world is in turmoil. Outside of Africa, the European, Arab, Asian wars and Indian wars. After they are done fighting, they will need food to eat. And strategically, we should be thinking as Africans. We control 65% of the global arable agricultural lands. We should be focusing on commercial and industrial agricultural outputs that will feed global humanity and propel Africa to become the breadbasket of the world. After these wars by our enemies is over, we would have been in a position that we can assert ourselves and make decisions that will globally impact humanity for good, not for evil. And we also must show solidarity to our brothers and sisters or our cousins who are descendants of our formerly enslaved African ancestors in North America, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean. Some of them don't have no way out. And some of them live in countries that are controlled and settled by Europeans and all the different types of races that are propagating these wars, global wars. And some of them might even be drafted to fight these wars that are against their own interests. Let's prepare a place for them. Those amongst them who recognize that we are all Africans. They are our cousins, and they can come back home and join us in this great African economic revolution and this great African Commonwealth infrastructure that we are building together, all 1.6 billion people in the continent. It's a new day. This is the time for African opportunity and African future. Let's withdraw all our support and admirations for the warmongers globally, because they are our enemies. Even if we live in the belly of the beast in the West, we have to be strategic and make plans to unite ourselves globally for the sake of Mother Africa. Thank you for your interest.